Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here, and I don't normally go after mainline grifters, but when something like this is newsworthy and we're talking about free speech and I get to relay, for instance, why I am not a conservative or why I am not a liberal and why I've always been not about left or right, but about right and wrong, because I can think for myself. This is a glaring example of that. You know, Charlie Kirk is a complete and total grifter. Turning Point USA, in my opinion, doesn't help anybody. And, you know, I could have done a video on Charlie Kirk himself months and months ago when late night I saw him shilling for Relief Factor. Right? And I'm not saying Relief Factor doesn't work. I have no idea. I have no firsthand experience with it. But I can tell you that the commercial they've made with Charlie Kirk is 100% bullshit. Okay? I mean, 1,000% bullshit. And if you haven't seen it, we're going to play it. But essentially, this guy comes on screen with a football, and he tells you that he can't walk around for like more than 10 minutes without extreme pain. He's not even 30. He's not overweight. You know, as far as I know, he doesn't have any major medical conditions. And somehow, Charlie Kirk, you know, Turning Point USA, he's in extreme pain, but Relief Factor, stop that extreme pain. It's like, come on. Give me a break. And that's not what this is about. This is about a guy like that who grifts, who's constantly trying to fuck you with conservative talking points that, again, aren't based in reality many times. I hate to tell you. Just because they might have a better argument than the left right now doesn't mean they're correct. All right? And it doesn't mean that you play team baseball. But they kicked out Brandi Love, who is a well-known porn star. If you don't know who Brandi Love is, I'm sure if you see her, you're going to know her because she's been around the game forever. And she's also, I guess she writes for The Federalist. She's definitely shadow banned on Twitter. I typed her name in and like every other like fake account came up except for, I know she's also like a director in porn, and she had VIP access to this thing. And they ended up kicking her out. And and a lot of people are gonna say, well, this was targeted at high school kids. Not really. That was just part of it. It's young people. That's kind of the cover for this thing. Them censoring free speech after, you know, giving this woman a VIP pass, which honestly I don't have any problem with, because, you know, when Brandi Love's about to fuck you, she lets you know. Charlie Kirk, not so much. So before we play this commercial and really get into why that's a free speech issue and why it shouldn't matter that someone like Brandi Love is there. She's an adult. She's not interacting with young people in a abusive manner. It's not like she's offering hand jobs to kids. She's not coming in a, you know, stripper's outfit and trying to read to toddlers on a pole. Just pointing that stuff out. She's an adult entertainer. Okay? So if you're watching this on YouTube, first things first, thumbs video up, subscribe, and share. Definitely been pretty shadow banned. We've been fully demonetized well over a year. We're not even going to try to, you know, go. It took them like 13 months to even tell me that I had harmful content, which just means that I talk about controversial issues and then they deem me harmful. And we've gone over that. So I do need you over here, but if you want to see the uncensored versions of my videos, it'll clearly say uncensored in front of them, right? Like uncensored, the Disinfo doesn't. Daily Mail, I saw do a piece about Biden talking about these 12 people again and says they're a mystery. They're not a mystery. We've done the video. We've seen the white paper. And, you know, it's my audience that let me in on that white paper. Did a video on Elon Musk yesterday, and both speeches where he talked about population collapse, my great audience gave me direct links to. So I want to thank you. Tomorrow at the same time, right here exclusively on Rockfin, we'll probably cut up parts of it, but we can't get another strike. And they did strike me for the last time I had Alex Jones on. Alex Jones, the global police state, the transhumanist agenda, that is all we're doing. It's going to be at least an hour. It's going to be a big presentation, so buckle up for that one. It should be very, very interesting. But you're only going to be able to see that at the Rockfin at 3. So you might as well go make the free account now and come on over. I do want everybody to check out all the documentary films: Loose Change, Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. And a reminder, if you have a premium subscription on Rockfin, you get everybody's premium content. They now have the $99.99 full year deal, and of course we have the GoFundMe going. Thank you for everybody who's contributed to that. So, sorry, hit the wrong thing there. Conservative porn star Brandi Love, 48, is kicked out of a Florida Republican conference for high school kids. Now, it's young people, first of all. Now, they say, yes, targeted to 15 and 16-year-olds. Look, Dan Bongino's over there speaking. Look how she's dressed. Pretty conservatively. Pretty conservative. Let's go to some of these pics. She's not even showing any ractacular, guys. And she's got a kid. And by the way, I mean, that's pretty modest, all of that stuff. And again, we're not here to promote Fox. We're here to promote freedom, and we don't want hypocrisy, right? You can't be for some free speech and against others. Is she a convicted sex offender? Can she not be around children? Right? And so they revoke her. And I don't know if she's even paid, quite honestly. I would think that she probably, had some backdoor. She's selling a T-shirt about it. But, this shows the hypocrisy. And I'm not here to endorse the porn industry either. But either you're for free speech or you're against it. And a guy like Charlie Kirk, where I want you to read this, he founded Turning Point USA in 2012 at 18 years old. Okay? So, again, 9 years later, he's about 27. And, again, she lets you know when she's about to fuck you. This guy is just telling some lies, some tall tales here.
About a year ago, I could barely walk down the street or sit in a chair for more than 10 minutes without horrible pain. And now look at me. I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor.
Let me stop you there, Charlie, throwing a football around. So pre-30, you couldn't walk around for 10 minutes or do what I'm doing, sitting in a chair. And if you notice, Charlie, I'm pretty sure last year you did a lot of radio shows, okay? I mean, this commercial's probably been around for about 6 months, maybe a year. So even 2 years ago, he's been around quite big since the MAGA movement. Seen you on a lot of radio shows. You were in extreme pain while sitting down in a chair. I'm sorry, Charlie. My goodness. Let's listen to him again. Make sure I'm not taking him out of context. Because look, you want to make money. You want to sell stuff. Fine. Don't lie to me while you sell it. I have no problem with people making money or selling things they believe in, or even taking a deal, as long as they're not going to lie to you on their behalf and say, hey, I've done this, I've used that. But this out-and-out lie that Charlie Kirk, in his, mid to late 20s, has excruciating, extreme pain from walking around for 10 minutes or just sitting in a chair is complete and total bullshit. It's grifting bullshit.
About a year ago, I could barely walk down the street or sit in a chair for more than 10 minutes without horrible pain.
So you know what? I keep misquoting him. It's worse. He could barely walk down the street. Now, how long is this street, Charlie? Are we talking a city block? Talking a couple city blocks? Is it just like to the next door neighbors, like down the street? And then sit in a chair for 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. I got news for you, folks. We're about 9 minutes on this video. Non-excruciating pain. I'll be 42 next week. I'll be 42 years young next week. And Charlie Kirk says he's got the solution to his pain.
And now look at me. I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor.
Now look, I can throw a football. Reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite. Can you throw him up past those mountains right there, Rico? Is that what you're telling me? Relief Factor.
100% drug-free supplement that's helping tens of thousands of people, young and old, to get out and stay out of pain.
Young and old to get out and stay out of pain. Look, I'm not even going to play the rest. The whole thing is predicated on grifter bullshit. And hey, I believe in free speech. And if Brandi Love walked into that conference for Turning Point USA in a stripper's outfit, on a pole, or targeting children with a book, right, all done up sexually, I'd say, hey, it's time to go. Look pretty conservative to me. Okay? Is she not allowed to have her political beliefs? No, she gets to be silenced. And that's why these mainline parties and these, phony alt movements that are always co-opted are nothing but different flavors of that same mainline phony movement, right? That's still for a neocon agenda that is only, it seems, for free speech because they're the ones being censored many of the times, or they think they're the ones being censored. But again, they're targeting all of us, and we've done plenty of videos on that. So guys, we're going to wrap this one up. Thumbs it up, subscribe, share. Remember to Rockfin, and Rockfin. Make that account. I want to be the first independent media to 30,000. We can do that. I think it's right now Kim Iverson's a little ahead and Jimmy Dore's a little ahead. They could hit 30,000 before me, which would be disappointing. But with your help, spreading the links to Rockfin. And tomorrow, the big Alex Jones interview where we're going to hit the documents. We're going to hit the people with their own quotes like we did last time. And remember, you can go search Alex Jones on my channel right now and watch the Great Resistance video. And we're going to be talking about becoming that great resistance to this great reset transhumanist agenda. So make sure to tune into that. Guys, thanks for joining me. It's not about left or right. It's always about right and wrong. Love you, and see you on the flip side.